So we saw a lot of exciting new things at WWDC 2021 with the unveilings of iOS 15, iPadOS 15, macOS Monterey, and really all of the improvements that they brought with them. For example, we saw all those great additions to FaceTime, like for example, SharePlay, where you can watch a movie with the people you're FaceTiming, or also Universal Control, where you can use the same mouse and keyboard to control your iPad and your Mac, or even multiple iPads and Macs at the same time seamlessly. Those things looked awesome. But based on the rumors we were hearing before WWDC, I couldn't help be a bit disappointed at some things that we didn't see at the event. So here are the top 3 biggest disappointments from WWDC 2021. Let's do this. Hey Warenoticers, Shane here, and welcome to another video on the Warenotice Technology YouTube channel. If you're new here, definitely take a moment to consider subscribing so you don't miss out on all my other awesome tech videos about things like smartwatches, phones, tech accessories, computers, tablets, and really just so much more. Anyway, folks, let's just jump right into this video and talk about the #1 disappointment from WWDC 2021, which was where exactly were the MacBooks? There was no new Apple hardware announced at this event, and I remember reading quite a few reports that the rumored 14-inch and 16-inch redesigned MacBook Pros would be unveiled at this event. Now, obviously, we can't believe all the rumors that we hear because, as we just saw, those did not turn out to be true. But, I mean, I was really hoping to see them. I really want to get a 16-inch super powerful Apple silicone MacBook Pro. I mean, come on. So, yes, unfortunately, my dreams were crushed, and this computer, which has been rumored to bring back ports to the MacBook Pros, for example, an HDMI port, an SD card slot, and even MagSafe, and also possibly even have a mini LED display like the one that we've seen on the 12.9-inch M1 iPad Pro, and even a more powerful Apple silicone chip. So instead of M1, maybe something called an M1X or an M2. This device, it still hasn't appeared, which stinks because this rumored 16-inch MacBook Pro that so far doesn't exist, it sounds pretty cool based on those rumors, you know? I would want it, right? But I mean, at least on the bright side for me, at least my 13-inch M1 MacBook Pro that I bought a couple of months back, at least that is still the latest and greatest MacBook Pro with Apple silicone that money can buy. So at least that's not outdated or discontinued as I feared going into WWDC that it might be. But I mean, even with that, I'm still a bit disappointed, but at least now I get to save my money until the device actually comes out, whenever that is. But I am wondering though, in the rumors I was seeing, it seems like they're not really sure if this device will ship with mini LED or not, or if that will come out in a later MacBook Pro, so not the first 16-inch MacBook Pro with Apple silicone. So yeah, I'm hoping now that Apple is not releasing it now and they have more time, hopefully that first 16-inch MacBook Pro with Apple silicone, hopefully it comes with a mini LED display, because I really like the mini LED on my iPad Pro. I mean, the colors look great, the HDR looks great. The black is super duper deep. Now, the second big disappointment from WWDC 2021 for me was that no Pro apps from Apple are coming to the iPad Pro. So yeah, I really wanted to see Final Cut come to the iPad Pro because guess what? Now, since the M1 iPad Pro has the M1 chip in it, which is a computer level chip, I would think you would want to do pro level work on it. I mean, I'd like to edit a video in native iPadOS Final Cut Pro. I posted a video how to do a workaround with Sidecar to edit in Final Cut Pro on the iPad Pro, but it was really editing on your Mac. So that's something I wanted to see. I was really thinking that that probably would happen because it just would make logical sense. Why would you need such a powerful chip? You'd probably want powerful apps, but that did not happen, so that definitely was unfortunate. And I'm sure people who wanted to see maybe like Logic Pro, another one of Apple's Pro apps, if you wanted to see that come to the iPad, that also did not, so you're probably disappointed as well. Or even Xcode, that did not come to the iPad. But they did say at WWDC that now you can publish an app to the App Store from your iPad using Swift Playgrounds, which I thought sounded pretty cool, but I mean, I don't publish apps. I just wanted to see Final Cut Pro. So that is still, unfortunately, a disappointment for me. Come on, Apple. And now, last but not least, the third top 3 disappointment for me coming out of WWDC was that there was no supercharged iPadOS 15. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm definitely excited for iPadOS 15. I appreciate the new multitasking improvements it has, the FaceTime improvements, the Quick Note improvements, really just all the things Apple is bringing into it. But, I mean, you have to admit, guys, if you're like me, you wanted to see a little bit more and definitely see it get closer to the professional and really dynamic environment of a Mac where you can do so many awesome things on it. So for example, one thing that I wanted to see out of iPadOS 15 was really good external monitor support from iPadOS because currently on iPadOS, you plug an iPad into an external display, it's just going to mirror the display. I would like to see like separate apps on the display than on the iPad so you could take advantage of a bigger workspace. And also now that the iPad has had support for mouses and trackpads for quite a bit, I also would have liked to see sort of like windows like on a Mac on the iPad. Now granted, once again, I do appreciate the multitasking improvements that iPadOS 15 is going to bring, but I mean, on a Mac, you can just drag around windows, place them wherever you want. It's just the ultimate flexibility. I would have liked to see something like that on the iPad. But yeah, folks, those are my 3 disappointments from WWDC 2021. Overall, I will say it again, I was very happy with the event. I thought it was fun to watch it. I'm excited for all the new software updates and new features that they're going to bring. But I really, more than anything, would have liked to see some new MacBook Pros and Final Cut Pro on my iPad. Anyway, folks, definitely let me know down in the comments what you thought about WWDC. Were you disappointed with anything, or did you have an overall positive experience with it? Definitely excited to hear what you guys think about it. I do read all the comments, by the way, and if you enjoyed this video, definitely be sure to smash the subscribe button and subscribe to the Warenotice Technology YouTube channel for more awesome technology videos just like this one. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for subscribing. Bye.